now done coloring all of our sections. I'm just going to do a quick glance because it looks like I actually forgot one. And then I also want to go over, yeah, I did. You can see right here, again, this will be a good review. I, again, to grab the color, and then K to fill the color in. I wanted to go over if you could not paint in any areas. If you look right there where my mouse is right now, that area did not work. I will zoom in on it and show you what I mean. So I would go in and I would take the letter I and I would sample the color, and I think everything would be fine, but then I go to here, you can see there's a little no sign by the paint bucket tool. It just literally won't let me paint in that section right there, and I think the reason being is that just when it automated the paint lines, I guess the gap was just a little bit too far for that. There's no way that you can, like, to my knowledge, I guess I should say, there's no way I can just quickly draw that in and add that to the selection. It kind of could mess the whole thing up. I don't think it's worth risking everything over. So once you're done coloring everything and you feel like you have it, hide the thing or hide your stock photo. Just kind of double check that no other areas are clearly popping up. I worked really zoomed in while I was coloring these. Reason being is sometimes when you're really zoomed out, smaller areas might be kind of harder to get to if you're really, really zoomed out. It won't let you pick certain ones per se. So anyway, back to fixing this section right here, or any sections that you may have. Let's go ahead and lock the color layer, just like we locked everything else in our layers. And then we're going to make a new layer. And I just call this new one Fix, F-I-X. And I'm going to move it by clicking and dragging and placing it right below color. So this is a way that you can order your layers in Illustrator and in Photoshop as well. Click and drag. See that light blue line come into play as to where you want it to go. I'm going to bring back the stock photo. Just the stock photo. I am going to hit I to grab the color that I do want for this. I'm going to go to the brush tool. I'm going to decrease it again with the left bracket key. And I am going to try and draw. And the good news is I don't need to be accurate at all because it's literally behind that previous layer, right? So if I go ahead and hide this, hide that, and then there it is, right? So what I can do with any of your fixes, just to make it go a little bit faster, select it with the selection tool, and it's the stroke right now, and there's no fill. If I hit this button right here, the swap, you'll see that it should just swap it anyway. Let's bring this back to make sure there's no gaps. There's a slight one, but I'll be okay with it. If you do not like any of your gaps, you could just go in here and change the stroke color to that as well. That should, or I didn't have it selected. If I go here and where it cancels out the stroke, just color that in with the same color. That should give you relative size to that, and you should be fine. Again, this is a part where if you have a few of those, I can help you guys out individually with that in class. If you're watching this for fun on the side, that is how I've chosen to fix mine. After you're done fixing everything in your fix layer, you're going to want to lock that. We do have to go back to color to do something really quick. So let's unlock color and make sure that you have the color layer selected. Leave your outline hidden, as always. And for this part, I recommend leaving the stock photo hidden as well, just so you get a better outlook as to what's going on here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the selection tool, this top one right here. We're going to click, drag, and select everything. And then our stroke, we don't want one. So I'm going to click here on the stroke, right down here in the bottom. Or you could go up here, because the first one's outline, second one's stroke. The reason why they're showing question marks is because there are different colors, everything going on right now. So they're I don't know, man. But all we want to do is hit this None button once we have the stroke selected. And now if I click off, it did not. It should fill everything. Curious as to why it did not. Let's find out again. Maybe I'll go up into here and hit None. Let's see if that didn't work. Okay, that's seems a little bit more foolproof. Let's undo that with Command Z. And let's go over that again. So you have everything here. It has different stroke levels on everything. Go ahead, grab it all, by clicking, dragging, selecting, go up here, right where I am where stroke is, and instead of changing the stroke color to any color, you're going to go ahead to the top left and hit none. I don't know why that didn't work. It really should have. We'll have to figure that one out later. But anywho, as you can see here, everything, the black lines are gone, and the colors kind of moved into the place of where the black lines are, or were. So from here on out in the next video, we're going to be showcasing some background things and just little like additive effects that you can do rather than just taking like a simple color or gradient for the background. Before we go, though, we are done your coloring of your character, so you can actually go ahead and lock that. We don't want that anymore. I leave the outline always hidden, the original outline fix as well. Leave that locked. Stock photo, you might want to take some of the colors from the background of the stock photo, so we don't want to delete that yet, but I leave it hidden for right now. So go ahead, file, save, and then next class, or when you're done this process, you'll be ready to do the background and pretty much get this thing done in no time. All right, take care.